Hello world! Today I am giving you the top 10 online job sites for Filipinos. I know some or most of the Filipinos have been affected by COVID-19, and it is high time that Filipinos transition to online freelancing as an alternative to earn a decent sum of income. You just stay at home and you earn at home. So here's a list that I prepared. Let's go! Some of you might have seen this comprehensive list I shared on Facebook as it trended last March. You might ask where I got this list. Well, working for the ICT Industry Development Bureau of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, I got to interact with and get first-hand information from Filipino online freelancers a lot, as we have various programs for them and for the wannabes. I hope you stay until the last because I'm gonna give you a top secret pro tip when applying online. Also, aside from the top 10, I will give you some honorable mentions of the online job sites. At number 10 is cactusglobal.com or simply Cactus. Filipinos are known fluent in English, be it oral or written. At Cactus Global, you can become a copy editor where you will copy edit articles and books of authors around the world. I, for one, was a copy editor for 2 years before, and pay was decent enough. Cactus Communications is a global scientific communications company that collaborates with researchers to accelerate research impact. They offer editorial solutions, among others, with customers from over 190 countries.
I, for one, was a copy editor.
WeWorkRemotely.com offers high-level and high-paying jobs for US applicants, but they also consider people from the Philippines. At number 8 is PeoplePerHour.com. It is a smaller platform compared with other websites, but it is the go-to site where you can find jobs and contracts. Number 7 is Freelancer.com, which has a large database of freelancers similar to our top one in this list, where you can list yourself to be hired. At number 6 is the Craigslist. It has a simple user interface but is an online classified ad posting system for items for sale to job postings and other services. At number 5 is Outsourcely.com, which has listed in their site various jobs ranging from design and multimedia to customer service, writing and content, and other IT-related jobs. Remote workers here are not only Filipinos but nationalities from over 190 countries. 199jobs.com at number 4 offers short-term freelancing jobs for clients' banner design, social media promotion, SEO articles, data encoding, among others. It is an online marketplace of trusted Filipino sellers of digital services. At number 3 is 51talk.ph, which is the fastest growing online English language teaching platform in China and the Philippines. 51talk was established in China in 2011, and since 2012 it has been operating in the Philippines, creating thousands of jobs for home-based teachers. These teachers work from various parts of the country, and being listed in the New York Stock Exchange, you definitely know that this is one you can trust. 51talk is also a partner of the ICT, so you know it's trustworthy. At number 2 is onlinejobs.ph. This is the Philippine equivalent to our number 1, which you will know later on, and this serves as the largest online marketplace for finding and hiring Filipino virtual assistants and employees. And before I proceed with our number 1 on the list, I think it is but fitting and proper to give honors to our honorable mentions, so here they are. Various jobs are available here like online teaching, virtual assistants, voice and non-voice jobs, among many others. And our top one is no other than Upwork.com. Upwork, formerly Elan's Odesk, is a global freelancing platform where businesses or individuals connect to conduct online services. In 2015, Elan's Odesk was rebranded as Upwork. It is based in Santa Clara and San Francisco, California. It's not only a hit for Filipinos but other nations as well, and has been the gold standard for online freelancing, where available jobs can be posted from virtual assistants to graphics designing and everything in between. Now, the pro tip I'm gonna tell you when applying for an online job is that education does not matter in online freelancing, whatever degree you finished. What matters here are certificates, so go ahead and look for digital trainings or webinars that give free certificates related to the online job that you want. There are those giving certificates free to help people cope up with COVID-19, and DICT is one of them. If you find this video informational, please give a massive thumbs up and please do subscribe at my channel. Thank you and goodbye. Hello world! Today I am giving you the top 10 online job sites for Filipinos. I know some or most of the Filipinos have been affected by COVID-19, and it is high time that Filipinos transition to online freelancing as an alternative to earn a decent sum of income. You just stay at home and you earn at home. So here's a list that I prepared. Let's go! Some of you might have seen this comprehensive list I shared on Facebook as it trended last March. You might ask where I got this list. Well, working for the ICT Industry Development Bureau of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, I got to interact with and get first-hand information from Filipino online freelancers a lot, as we have various programs for them and for the wannabes. I hope you stay until the last because I'm gonna give you a top secret pro tip when applying online. Also, aside from the top 10, I will give you some honorable mentions of the online job sites. At number 10 is cactusglobal.com or simply Cactus. Filipinos are known fluent in English, be it oral or written. At Cactus Global, you can become a copy editor where you will copy edit articles in books of authors around the world. I for one was a copy editor for 2 years before, and pay was decent enough. Cactus Communications is a global scientific communications company that collaborates with researchers to accelerate research impact. They offer editorial solutions, among others, with customers from over 190 countries. WeWorkRemotely.com offers high-level and high-paying jobs for US applicants, but they also consider people from the Philippines. At number 8 is PeoplePerHour.com. It is a smaller platform compared with other websites, but it is the go-to site where you can find jobs and contracts. Number 7 is Freelancer.com, which has a large database of freelancers similar to our top one in this list, where you can list yourself to be hired. At number 6 is the Craigslist. It has a simple user interface, but is an online classified ad posting system for items for sale to job postings and other services. At number 5 is Outsourcely.com, which has listed in their site various jobs ranging from design and multimedia to customer service, writing and content, and other IT-related jobs. Remote workers here are not only Filipinos but nationalities from over 190 countries. 199jobs.com at number 4 offers short-term freelancing jobs for clients' banner design, social media promotion, SEO articles, data encoding, among others. It is an online marketplace of trusted Filipino sellers of digital services. At number 3 is 51talk.ph, which is the fastest growing online English language teaching platform in China and the Philippines. 51talk was established in China in 2011, and since 2012 it has been operating in the Philippines, creating thousands of jobs for home-based teachers. These teachers work from various parts of the country, and being listed in the New York Stock Exchange, you definitely know that this is one you can trust. 51talk is also a partner of DICT, so you know it's trustworthy. At number 2 is onlinejobs.ph. This is the Philippine equivalent to our number 1, which you will know later on, and this serves as the largest online marketplace for finding and hiring Filipino virtual assistants and employees. And before I proceed with our number 1 on the list, I think it is but fitting and proper to give honors to our honorable mentions. So here they are. Various jobs are available here like online teaching, virtual assistance, voice and non-voice jobs, among many others. And our top one is no other than Upwork.com. Upwork, formerly Elan's Odesk, is a global freelancing platform where businesses or individuals connect to conduct online services. In 2015, Elan's Odesk was rebranded as Upwork. It is based in Santa Clara and San Francisco, California. It's not only a hit for Filipinos, but other nations as well, and has been the gold standard for online freelancing, where available jobs can be posted, from virtual assistants to graphics designing and everything in between. Now, the pro tip I'm gonna tell you when applying for an online job is that education does not matter in online freelancing, whatever degree you finished. What matters here are certificates, so go ahead and look for digital trainings or webinars that give free certificates related to the online job that you want. There are those giving certificates free to help people cope up with COVID-19, and DICT is one of them. If you find this video informational, please give a massive thumbs up and please do subscribe at my channel. Thank you and goodbye.
Hello, everyone. It's Saturday evening here in the Philippines, and I welcome you to my very first live stream as a monetized YouTuber. I know what brought you here today. Perhaps some of you are actually YouTubers, but hasn't been monetized yet, and so you want to get some pro tips from me on how I was able to get the required number of subscribers and the number of watch hours in just an 8 months time, no? So welcome and thank you for joining me tonight. You can see me on the bottom left of your screen here in YouTube in case that you want to see my face. But here we go for tonight. I know you are excited to know. I know you want to learn from my own experience now that I was able to get this certain amount of subscribers and watch hours. And so I wouldn't want to keep you waiting. So here is my presentation for today. And I hope that you will learn a lot from me. All right. All right. So first things first, if you are a YouTuber, I know that is an open secret that you want to monetize, right? And you want to earn. Of course, who wouldn't want, no? As we have heard some famous YouTubers, it's a passive income. You need not to work or get stressed throughout the day to earn. You will do what you love. You will do vlogging, you will travel, and then you just have to upload your content on your channel. And so money comes in. And for those who do not know, maybe we have some viewers who are not aware of this, but in order for you to be entered to the YouTube program, for you to be monetized, you first have to reach 1,000 subscribers after 12 months or within 12 months for the past 12 months and 4,000 public watch hours. So your contents are viewed and watched by those who have logged into YouTube. So that's how you get your watch hours. And it is not easy, of course. If you would divide 4,000 public watch hours into 24, because we have, of course, 24 hours in a day, that would also mean that you have to watch, or one single person has to watch your video or your content non-stop for 166 days. So that's about 3 months or so. And so that is, of course, hard to realize, right? Um, Also, getting subscribers in a channel is not as easy as you do in Facebook, no? Wherein there's only 5,000 limit of friends that you have on Facebook, but that is not the case with YouTube, wherein you just have to invite your friends. Sometimes your friends do not have their Google accounts because, of course, YouTube is is now partnered with Google, so they have to log in. And so it's to sum it up or to put it in a nutshell, it's really not easy to get this in just a small amount of time. And so today I'm gonna share how I was able to do so in just a matter of 8 months. So I know of some friends or also YouTubers who launched their channels sometime in 2012, but until now they are still not monetizing. There are those who um, who launched their channel in 2014, but still they have already the watch hours target, which is 4,000, but they still have not they have not reached the 1,000 subscriber requirement. No, so I'm gonna share to you how I was able to do such in just a span of 8 months. So 8 months is actually a feat. No, we are we are just, or I am just a small YouTuber. We are not the likes of Vice Ganda or Liza Soberano or Alex Gonzaga. We are not celebrities. Wherein if you launch your channel, even if you do not have a video content yet, you will immediately have a huge amount of subscriber count. All right. So I have mentioned to you, I am a small YouTuber. When you are a small YouTuber, it means that you have under 30,000 subscribers or under 2 million views. All right. Then you can be considered a medium YouTuber if you have more than 30,000 subscribers, up to 1 million, no? And also you have an under 50 million views. While you really are a big YouTuber, you have made it big if you have over 1 million subscribers plus over 50 million views. So that's how you sort a YouTuber. You can be small, medium, or big. And chances are, if you are a celebrity, as what I have mentioned earlier, if you are someone very famous and you launched your channel, chances are by tomorrow or just a few hours later, you will hit the 1,000 subscriber count. If I give a concrete example, Liza Sobrano, she launched her channel and she hasn't had a content yet, but a few minutes later, she has exceeded the required number of subscribers. Okay, these personalities can also become big YouTuber, but even if we are just a small YouTuber, we started it small. There are of course chances to become medium, and even big YouTuber, no? And I am very happy that even if I still am a small YouTuber, I am already able to monetize. Okay, so who knows, in the future will become a medium or big YouTuber. So aside from being small, medium, or big YouTuber, YouTube also awards content creators, no, with play buttons. So if you have reached 100,000 subscribers, you will be awarded with a silver play button. If you reached 1 million subscribers, then you'll receive the golden play button. If you have already 10 million subscribers, then you will of course have the diamond play. While if you reach the 50 million subscribers count, then you will be given a ruby play button. So YouTube gives you a play button where a frame where you can hang and display on your walls, no, for reaching such for reaching such feat or such accomplishment. Of course, that is an accomplishment. Okay. So to tell you, I am just a small YouTuber, everyone. You might expect a lot from me, but I will be sharing to you as a small YouTuber my experience. All right. So, what are the different kinds of content creators that we have on YouTube? We have first vloggers, which is the very famous one, and anyone can become a vlogger for as long as you have your camera. You can record yourself. You can go on and travel, or perhaps try and eat uh, food or something new in the menu. There's a new restaurant, then you can become a vlogger, simply a vlogger. Then we have streamers, especially gamers. No, they stream their live games over YouTube. Then we also have streamers like me, wherein I stream right now, live na live, and you can provide your experiences. Even podcasters can be considered as streamers, no? Then we also have tutors, or sa slang pa, they call it tutorialists. So tutors provide techniques, tutors provide learning resources. They provide not really live, but recorded demonstrations on their work, perhaps in something that they are expert of. Then we also have reviewers, and these reviewers perhaps have seen videos from other YouTube channels, and they would record themselves and their reactions. No? So these are reviewers. Then we also have animators, of course, those who are good and talented in animation and in cartoons. So they upload their contents on YouTube. Then we also have cookers, no? Cookers are our chefs, or perhaps moms or dads who cook and who tell or who inform how to prepare something, prepare a food, no? For watchers to, of course, be guided on how something is prepared. Then we also have the DIYers, no, or do it yourself, like crafts and everything else. They upload and record their contents on how do you do this craft, or how do you prepare something, especially in the arts. So you are DIYers. Then we also have mukbangers, no. These are mukbang. This mukbang kind of content actually originated in South Korea, wherein you film yourself eating with almost unlimited food, okay, and you show to them ASMR. You show to the public your food and how you eat it. Then we have also mainstream media, wherein these are the media that have been known in television or in radio, who also transitioned into uploading contents or streaming contents over YouTube. So, of course, concrete example, we have ABS-CBN, GMA, who have uploaded already their contents, and they have launched their channels. Then we also have radio stations, just like Wish 107.5, wherein they have already a channel for their for artists, for various artists and singers in their Wish buses. Then we also have copyright violators. So copyright violators are those who copy, of course, and those who get videos from other channels and re-upload it on their channels and take it as their own. We also have those kinds of contents on YouTube, right? So, on my channel, I am the pambansang IT guy, and later on I will tell you the history, no. But I would just like to tell you that I already have 4,200 something subscribers with 40,000 views and 4,000 and plus watch hours, and What kind of vlogger I am? I am actually a streamer and a tutor. So vlogging is not my kind of thing. I don't know. I don't feel confident, no, sharing how my day went or a day in the life of the pambansang IT guy. No, I couldn't stomach because I find it awkward. I find myself awkward. So I'm okay with providing tutorials or streams and demonstrations on how tech stuff are done, no? Especially that we are now in this digital era. And so I would want to help people how things are done in computers, in mobile devices, and all of technology. Okay, and I am a small YouTuber and I'm proud of that. Okay, so how did I start? If you ask me, so if you could remember, sometime last year, early last year, was the first confirmed novel coronavirus, now COVID, no, in January 30, 2020. And a few days or a month after, in February, um, DepEd announced the cancellation or suspension of classes, and they have strategized um, to transitioning online in their classes if schools can afford, or perhaps there is a blended kind of learning. Okay, so this was the time wherein teachers have been asking me, how do you do this stuff? How do you do this? How can you provide me a demo on how do you do this in Microsoft Word, in PowerPoint? There are others who would ask me on how do I do a live stream, or how do I record, just simply recording yourself so that you can disseminate as a teacher. So it was in on May 22 of last year when out of out of nowhere I posted something that people have been telling me to create my YouTube channel on tech stuff and tutorials with a quite questioning emoji. I posted that on my Facebook account, and there were responses that were very overwhelming. There were private messages sent to me, private chats saying, please do it, please upload a channel. But to be very honest, I really am not confident in facing cameras, in recording myself. But if you could see on the third column, no, that is actually one of the former USEC of the ICT, or the Department of Information and Communications Technology, and he really convinced me to put up my channel. So I got convinced, and the rest is history. So this is the simple timeline, no? From January onwards was the onset of COVID, and sometime in May there was the nationwide community quarantines or lockdowns. Before it was just a few moments back, it was just only Luzon, no, which had a lockdown until it was implemented nationwide. Then um, I posted that sentiment of mine on my Facebook on May 22. And a week after, I got convinced, and then I also launched my channel exactly on my 28th birthday, on May 28th. So actually, my channel something has something to do with my birthday, and it is the launch of my YouTube channel is actually very sentimental and very how do you call this? It's um, I coincided it. I coincided my birthday, and I coincided it with the launch of my channel, of course, so that I also have a recall and I could remember that, oh, it is my birthday and it is also the anniversary of my channel. All right. So that's it. So I made the date also special. Even if I haven't launched any video on that day, but I launched a video on my birth. I mean, I launched my channel on my birthday. So that's the May 28th is actually something special for me. And then people ask me who am I. So let me give you a short briefer, and later on you will connect the dots on why I have chosen this kind of niche, this kind of brand as my YouTube channel. All right. So I currently work in the ICT, or the Department of Information and Communications Technology in Cebu City. And I'm also a part-time university teacher. And prior to my current stint here in the ICT, I was a technical support engineer and a copy editor back in Dumaguete, from where I am. So I had TV stints as a local cable TV correspondent, but disclaimer, I really I'm not confident in facing the camera, even if I had that TV stint before. So if you would know, I had so many takes before when I was a local TV correspondent, because I just couldn't fathom myself facing the camera. So I find it awkward. And then I've been traveling in Asia, and I also became a PhD delegate for Philippine delegate for various programs. So for 4 countries actually in Asia, I was given the chance to represent the country. Okay. Then I'm also a TOSPIAN, or a 10 Outstanding Students of the Philippines awardee. Okay, both um, um, a regional awardee in Central Visayas and a national finalist nationwide. Okay. So in YouTube, there is what we call as the niche and brand, and even in the brick and mortar marketing, no, there is what we call as niche and brand. So niche is what you really are good at. If someone will ask you to give your thoughts about this certain matter or this certain field, you will really be able to give a lot of inputs, because that's your niche. That's where you are good at. That's how you are as a person. Perhaps if you are a foodie, no, you try to you go to the recently opened restaurants or cafes, um, then that could be your niche. Food is your niche, or perhaps you are a chef who cooks and would love to share your teachings on how you prepare food, then that could be your niche. And then what else? If you are a traveler, if you always travel locally and internationally, then that is your niche. That is something that you could really explain. That is something that you could um, something that really represents you as a person, because you have something to offer, you have something to provide in that kind of field. While brand is the name, your name um, on your channel, the name um, on your YouTube channel. So, do you give your real name, or do you have a code name when you go and um, launch your channel, or do you want to have a pseudonym wherein you choose a different name, you choose a different, perhaps um, a unique name for you that is not your first name, or something similar to your first name. So that is your brand. Okay. So this is the difference between niche and brand. Niche is where you are good at, what you want to feature, while brand is your name. Okay. So earlier I have shared that there are different kinds of YouTubers. No, it is okay to mix. Like, you can just say, for example, in my case, I do streaming, and at the same time I provide tutorials. So I mix and match, but it is not a good practice if you overkill. Like everything is on your channel. Um, you do mukbang, you do um, then you do reaction. Then there are some copyright infringement videos that you have uploaded, and usually your audience, when they look at your videos, they are particular on what you offer, on what your niche is, and what your brand says, diba? So it is of course okay to mix, no, but do not overkill, or else you might lose subscribers, potential subscribers. So that's the general principle, okay, on YouTube. So what kind of YouTuber am I? As I have earlier mentioned, I provide tutorials, and I also do live streams. Okay, and so um, since my niche is on tech stuff, because I I was in the IT industry for since time immemorial. My undergraduate is on information technology. So when I thought of my channel, when I was about to launch it, I thought of something where I will provide tech tutorials, and that was my niche. And I decided to um, to adopt pambansang IT guy, because there was this one instance when I had a Facebook friend, and um, someone recommended me to her to fix something, no, a tech issue on her computer. And so I just eavesdropped, and that friend of mine called me pambansang IT na siya, or he is the pambansang IT. And so from there, I also coined such term, and I searched it out. I searched it on social media accounts to check if there is already an existing pambansang IT guy who uses the same name. And luckily, there was none. And so I used such for my brand. Okay, and such such brand name also reflects my niche, which is on tech matters, on tech stuff. Okay, so that's my story. And if you ask me who my target audience are, before I proceed or before I answer this, I would like to um, I'd like to give you a briefer about the internet throughout the world, and later on, specifically in our country, in the Philippines, so as to give you an idea on who could be your potential target audience. Okay? So, this data was gathered pre-COVID. It was so this January 2020 data was gathered pre-COVID. So this was taken in 2019. Okay, so some data might have changed, of course, because we have transitioned to doing more online stuff when the pandemic happened. But more or less, the data is still the same. Okay, so if you could see the time per day spent using the internet throughout the world, the average is around 60 something. Okay, but the Philippines led the world in terms of using the internet throughout the day. So if you could imagine, first world countries or higher economic powers like that of Japan only spends um, just a few time to the internet, no? But they are a very productive country. But look at us, we are leading in terms of using the internet per day. Okay, and then we also have the daily time spent using mobile internet. So we have narrowed it down to the mobile internet now, and still the Philippines is leading. in terms of the use of mobile internet. So, what are the most visited websites by all countries, by all nations? In 2019, first we have Google, and followed by YouTube, and the third is Facebook. And the first two spots, Google and YouTube, actually belong to the same company. And so you could also imagine um, how many are watching or how many would log into YouTube. So you could also imagine how many are your target audience are, di ba? So there are around 23 million who access YouTube. So you could imagine that YouTube is really, there's a really big market out there in YouTube. Okay? There are a lot of audience in YouTube. Now, in terms of social media, there are a total of 3.80 billion active social media users. And there is 49%. It also means that 49% of people, or half, almost half of the people in the world, accesses social media. Okay? Now, when we look at the daily time spent using social media among all other countries, still the leading country is the Philippines. Okay, if you could imagine, out of all the around 200 countries in the world, the Philippines ranks first in terms of the time spent for social media. So social media platforms like Facebook, or Instagram, or YouTube. YouTube is also a social media platform, because social media is defined as any website or any um, platform wherein you can share content and you can communicate with others. No, that is already defined as social media. So YouTube is part and parcel of social media. And if you could imagine, Philippines ranks first in terms of the daily time spent in using social media. Okay, so I believe there is already a 2021 data for this, and we spent more time during the pandemic, no, in social media. So around for the 24 hours in a day that we have as Filipinos, there's about 4 hours that we spend for accessing social media platforms. So average number of social accounts per person, you can see that there. Okay. In the Philippines, it is said that around 9 social media accounts per person. So perhaps if you have an account for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and others, that is the average number of social accounts for social media users in the Philippines. What are the world's most used social media platforms? First, we have Facebook, followed by YouTube, and the rest follows. Okay. So YouTube overview, there's about 2 billion of a number of logged in users of YouTube each month. So every month, there are 2 billion people or netizens who access YouTube. And there's 33% share of population age 13 plus that logs into YouTube each month. Okay, so 33%. And a total of 1 billion hour is the time spent on YouTube each day. So if you could imagine, there is really a hot market for YouTube. Okay, and mostly male users dominate in terms of accessing YouTube. So what are the YouTube or the top YouTube search queries back in 2019 or 2020? So this is the list: song, la la la, songs, video. These are the keywords that have been that dominate YouTube in the past year. What are the most viewed YouTube videos of all time? Perhaps those in the top 10 are actually um, MTVs or songs, as you can notice it. Diba? These are actually songs of artists that made it big time. Then we also have the top YouTube accounts with subscribers. So there's already one who has reached 120 million subscribers, diba? All right. Then let's narrow it down to the Philippines because we also have specific data for the Philippines. So there is an increase of 1.4% in our population, and we actually now have 110 million Filipinos, no, from the 108 million of prior. And in terms of mobile phone connections, there's an increase of 28%. So there's 38 million um, users of mobile phones who are connected to the internet. Then there is an 8.6% increase in terms of the active social media users. So there is an increase of 5.8 million Filipinos who are now active on social media. So we have 73 million Filipinos who are active in social media. Then we also have 67% of social media users, or there is 67% of social media users in the Philippines in our population. No, out of the 108 or 110 million, there's around 73 million Filipinos who are social media users. Okay, and as we see here, those aged from 18 to 34 years old are those who have a hot market in terms of social media in the Philippines. There's 100% of social media users who are Filipinos who used social network or messaging service in the past month in on that year. And we spent 3 hours and 53 minutes in 2019 to access social media sites. Wow, you could imagine. And what are the most used social media platforms by Filipinos? First, Facebook, diba? Once you log into a PC or once you get hold of your mobile phone, perhaps, you first go to your Facebook, then you go to YouTube, diba? Or Messenger. So these are the most used social media platforms. And this is also the list of the top queries, no? Of what Filipinos searched for in YouTube the other year. So first, movie songs. Then the third one is Kadenang Ginto. O yan, mga Gold Squad. Diba? So this is the list of the top YouTube searches. So this data has been gathered, by the way, from We Are Social, no, and Hootsuite. And just recently, I believe they have already they have a list for the 2021, which is a reflection of 2020, no. This is during the COVID pandemic time. So credits of this data go to them. So in case you want to know more of the data that I have presented, then you can go to We Are Social and Hootsuite. So with all those data that has been gathered, the Philippines is the undisputed social media capital of the world. Imagine of the 24 hours that we have in each day, we spend 4 hours for social media. Okay, and that goes to show that the Philippines is really a hot market for social media, and that is also the reason why we have what we call as Filipino baits on YouTube. So Filipino baits, this is when YouTubers upload contents that has something Filipino in it. Say for example, a foreigner reacting to a Filipino song or a Filipino artist, or perhaps reacting to travel spots in the Philippines or reviewing travel destinations in the Philippines, diba? And the reason for that is because Filipinos are lured, or Filipinos Filipinos get so emotional and sentimental if they hear that a foreigner features our country, di ba? Um, so foreigners create reaction videos about Filipinos, and then a Filipino would watch this because, oh, that's a Filipino, and we have this what we call as the Filipino sense of pride and nationalism, no? So once a Filipino is featured by a foreign channel, then we get lured and we get it's as if um, it entices the Filipinos in us. And if, as you can see in almost all contents in all videos, there would really be a Filipino commenting on such, diba? So the Philippines is a hot market for YouTubers. And that is also the reason why my channel, my target audience are also Filipinos. Because since, diba, foreigners get the benefit, no, from their Filipino audience, so why not my audience as well are also Filipinos? And to make it more specific, I targeted on teachers and those who want to learn computer stuff. Remember that I launched my channel during the pandemic time, wherein the blended kind of learning or the online classroom setting has been being discussed, and so the teachers wanted um, to know how things are done, um, um, how things are done in their computer stuff and everything else. And so that's also the reason why my target audience are also teachers. And eventually, from then on, I got other audiences as well, those who would want to fix their stuff in their computers, even if they are not teachers. So eventually, it followed. Okay, but if you are if you are a YouTuber, if you are someone um, who is putting up your channel perhaps, then my idea to give you is that to target also the Filipinos, because Filipinos are really it is a hot market on YouTube, no? And so let's benefit from this. And also, but do not limit the same reason that I'm speaking English right now is because I do not want to also I do not want to just be focusing on Filipinos, because the reason for that is that if you have foreign watchers of your content, the price is also different. Okay, so make sure that you have a content that is suitable for all audience, regardless of geographies or location. Okay, because the pricing is different if someone is watching outside from the Philippines or outside of the country. Okay, so just some tips. As you all know, there's only 1,000 required subscribers for your channel and 4,000 watch hours required for your channel to be or to enter the YouTube partner program and eventually monetize. So the usual trend is that I've known of channels wherein they have the watch hours were already met, no, because perhaps they have a video that trended. I even know I know one who has 1 million plus views of his video, but the 1,000 subscribers still is not met. So naabot na ang 4,000 watch hours, more than 4,000, but still there is a low count for the 1,000 subscribers. But on my channel, the trend was different. It was the reverse one. I already had 1,000 subscribers, and as a matter of fact, before I monetized, I already had 4,000 subscribers. But my watch hours were still unmet. Okay? I still did not reach the 4,000 watch hours that was needed. And so, I would share to you how I reached 4,000 subscribers in just 8 months. So, reaching 4,000 subscribers in 8 months is actually an achievement already for anyone else, no? Especially if you are not a celebrity, you are a nobody, but sooner or later you'll become somebody. But for someone like us, a small YouTuber like me, wherein we are not that famous like the likes of celebrities, wherein if they launch their channel, then it would become a sure hit. But for us, who are small YouTubers, this is already a feat, reaching 4,000 subscribers in 8 months. So for the rest now of the time, I'll be sharing to you some tips and tricks for this. Okay? So perhaps maybe it might work, no? It might work for you on my own personal experience. So here it is. Number one, I spoke and still speak in webinars for exposure and eventually content, because if I would be allowed to upload such contents, then good, diba? I already have my own content. So, um, and during the webinars where I was the speaker, I would my very last slide, which is of course the thank you slide, diba? Because you are done in your webinar. There is um, there is a snippet of my YouTube channel wherein my possible target subscribers can see, diba? So since the pandemic and onwards, I became a speaker for various tech tutorials and um, tech stuff and some webinars, and even lately I became um, a speaker for tech stuff for um, various schools. Then I also became a speaker for um, an internet service provider here in the Philippines to discuss HTML programming and social media and everything else. So the ones that you see in the screen right now are actually the posters of the webinars wherein I was either a speaker or a moderator. Okay, and so since I had the chance, on part of my slides was my YouTube channel. So I would convince and entice others to subscribe or visit my YouTube channel. So it was um, although out of the participants that joined um, in such webinars, perhaps there's about, if there is 100 participants, around 10% would subscribe, or less than 10% would subscribe. So those are baby steps, okay? Baby steps. But still, you have, you still have the audience, diba? You have your subscribers that would subscribe. So that's one technique that I did. Next is, of course, the very much common one is that I encourage my friends and acquaintances, and I believe other YouTubers also did the same, wherein if you have a new content, no, if you have a new video that you uploaded, then you can share this through Messenger, through chats, you just copy the link and encourage them. Although there's no forcing, of course, or else you will lose your friends, you'll become enemies. No, just kidding. So you encourage your friends and acquaintances, your family members to watch, to subscribe, diba? Your distant relatives will come closer to you because you encourage and invite them to subscribe or watch your content, diba? So another thing, this one, I created scams with quotation marks. So what are these scams that I mean? So in Facebook, in my personal page, or I mean, no, not my page, but my profile, I would lure my possible victims, which are actually my Facebook friends. Of course, because your Facebook friends, just actually only just a portion of them will actually subscribe on your YouTube channel. So perhaps in my 4,000 um, subscribers on YouTube. Siguro there's only a few of my friends have actually subscribed to my channel. So what I did was I lured them or I enticed them with these scams. Like say for example, the first one you see, we actually went to this is a parking area in one of the malls here in Cebu, and I asked my friend to take a photo of me, and then I said katas ng YouTube blah 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 caption, which is kind of misleading if you read thoroughly the caption. And so my friends would be ano no, they would open their eyes wide open and would congratulate me, but they fall victims, and at the end of my caption is my YouTube URL or my YouTube website, diba? So since they become enticed of my photo, eventually they would click. So this is actually a clickbait for them, and this is actually effective, mind you, because there is of course diba, a real time view of how many are watching or seeing your YouTube channel right now. So after I posted this and I watched real time on YouTube, there is a significant increase in the viewership. So this actually is effective, although you create some sort of scams, no? You create some sort of scams, but this is a bait for them, a clickbait for them. So there was even one time wherein I bought a new laptop out of my personal pockets, no? But I changed the caption that which says katas ng YouTube without me further explaining really, because during that time I was not even monetizing. Then I included my YouTube channel, and so the same thing. People get lured with these scams, and they would visit my channel. And then at the bottom, I actually I uploaded a video. No, I uploaded a video of me lip syncing, not singing. And so I also included my YouTube channel there. And so as you see in the reactions, in the number of likes and reactions and the comments, there is a significant activity that is happening. Diba? There's been more than 100 reactions. And so it also goes to show that they fall victims of my scams. No? These are not financial scams, by the way, but these are just some captioning scams. And so they would go to my channel to check ano ba what is in his content. Are there really people watching his content for him to be able to afford a new car, a new laptop? Okay, so that's it. So these are not disclaimer ha. This is not financial scams. Okay. So these are just some caption scams, mga misleading captions. Then also, I knew who my target audience were. So since I knew in the first place that teachers would be part and parcel of my target audience, so that also means that my content will be something that they would watch. So I provided demonstrations and tutorials on how to clear the background of a picture using PowerPoint. So I knew who my target audience were. So I knew also what contents I will be uploading and I'll be featuring on my channel. Also, my thumbnails would stand out and are uniform. So another easy catch for potential audience of your channel is that you must have thumbnails that are catchy. There are even YouTubers now who use thumbnails that are misleading, even if it is not really the exact content of their contents. And also make it uniform, because there are meticulous um, audience who, when they go to a channel and they see that there is a disorganization of your of your thumbnails. Say for example, you have a different template of thumbnail for this, then that, then it is not that kind of convincing for your audience to subscribe on your channel. So that is why if you would see big or medium YouTubers, they have a uniformity in terms of their thumbnails. Okay. Another reason why I have 4,000 subscribers is that I got featured. Okay, because of my webinars where I was the speaker, and one example is that I got featured for Manila Bulletin, which is of course a mainstream news organization, no, here in the Philippines. So my webinar on HTML, my free webinar for HTML has been featured, and perhaps during that time there was really a sudden outburst of subscribers on my channel. So another thing is that I am also one of the social media managers, no, of our government page, Facebook page, and so there are times wherein if my content is related to tech or something that can help our citizens, especially during the pandemic, I would share it there. No, so if you could imagine, we have 25,000 people who liked and 34,000 people who follow our Facebook page. So that was also a hot market, and that was something that I could take my audience from. Okay, so perhaps in your case, if you have friends who are social media managers of pages and other accounts, then chances are you can have a boost on your subscriber count if you can have your channel or a video of you featured on their pages. So that's also a good idea. Now, how I reached 4,000 watch hours in 8 months. Okay, so I will now tell you how I was able to reach 4,000 watch hours in just 8 months. But actually, in common cases, no, it's not hard to reach 4,000 watch hours, especially if you have a trending video. Okay, so that's easy. But I will enumerate what I did for me to be able to reach the 4,000 watch hours na requirement, no. And as explained earlier, if you do the mathematics, if you compute it, a single person needs 166 days nonstop to watch a video in your channel, no, to be able to complete the 4,000 watch hours. But who would do so if there is power interruption? Or, diba? So, hypothetical lang. So, number one, live stream is the bomb. As in, when you do live, the more chances are you hitting it big in terms of the 4,000 required watch hours. And even if you don't have an audience on your live, that still would work. Okay, that still would work. As in, because since, diba, by default your live stream will be recorded, no, after a live stream it will be uploaded in your channel. It will really count. And also, when you do a live stream, it will be featured on the suggested videos, no. When you are in the and when you are in YouTube na homepage, you can see suggestions of those who are doing live, and chances are yours will also be featured. And so it doesn't matter if you don't even have a live stream watcher. no? Because eventually, your video will be uploaded automatically by default if you don't delete it, of course, or if you trash out your video. And so I just realized this, no, this technique, just when I was already on my 3,000 watch hours already, no. And so I was desperate. Na there's only 1,000 hours left for me to be able to get monetized. And so I tried to search, and there were suggestions from my friends who are also YouTubers who are already monetizing, saying that you do live stream. And so I didn't take it seriously until I reached the 3,000, and it was really, really helpful. As in, I had a boost of um, my watch hours when I did live streams. There was a certain live stream, no, um, for my for a webinar in DICT, and there were a total of around 250 or 260 participants, and I streamed it live on my channel. And imagine there are 260 watchers, and it's around, or the webinar finished after 3 hours. So if you do the mathematics, if you compute that, then 3 hours times 250. So that's a bomb, no? That is really a bomb for your watch hours count. Okay. Also, this was really a bad practice, but I uploaded a hot content, which is now a deleted video of mine. No? So I was trying to find a snippet of such, but I didn't take a screenshot pala because I deleted it already. But this was during the time when, if you heard the news about the flight attendant, no, who who died in hotel in Makati. So I grabbed some snippets from a certain news organization, no, because this was the CCTV footage. So I grabbed that part and re-uploaded it in my channel. There was a boost in terms of watch hours because during that time it was really a hot topic, and um, out of um, out of all my videos, it really gathered a lot of attention. But when I already reached my 4,000 um, watch hours, no, na requirement, I deleted it. I immediately deleted it. Number one, because I find it parang ano, no, it's really an off that you have used another content for you to reach your required number of hours. And another thing, actually the primary reason why I deleted such is because it was a copyright infringement. So the news organization who originally uploaded such CCTV footage knew about it, and so they are the ones monetizing on such video. That is why I decided to delete it because um, siniswerte sila, no? They're very lucky that they get monetized on my channel, no? Wherein they're already a big name already in the industry. So I deleted it. Anyways, I have reached naman na my required watch hours. And so that's it. So apologies to those that perhaps I deliberately hurt, diba? Okay, so that won't happen again. I was just desperate. And for me to get the required number of hours. So bad practice, to be honest. This one, third one, I watched my own videos using a different account without actually watching. That's really true. I played non-stop at a certain time. I use a different account because YouTube might not count, no, if I watched my own my own account, my own channel. So I logged into another account. But actually, I actually am not sure if this work because every time I go to the real time viewers on the YouTube platform, and I don't see it. I don't see myself. So I think YouTube has its way of getting the IP addresses if you are just watching your own. So there is not really much significant changes in this when you watch your own videos. And then next, I created longer than 8 minutes video. I even have a lot of videos on my webinars now that are more than 1 hour or 2 hours. It is for the reason that when you have longer videos, chances are your audience or your watchers will also stick there long enough, no? Long enough to be counted as a watch hour. So if you have longer video, then you also have audience who will watch it more and more, which will count as a watch hour. And also, another reason why you have to create videos or contents longer than 8 minutes, it is for the reason that when you monetize already, no, YouTube requires that your videos be 8 minutes or longer to have video ad placements in the beginning and in the end of your video. So if you really are looking forward to get monetized in the future, then create videos that are longer than 8 minutes. Diba? As you can see in mainstream or in big YouTubers or video YouTubers, their minutes is around 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I believe this is also the reason why they do such. Okay? But above all, content will always matter, as in your subscribers and your audience will really go back to your channel. They will hit the notification bell button because they want to get updated of your contents because your contents really matter to them. Okay? And so if your contents matter to them, chances are they will reshare it, they will comment, they will recommend or suggest your videos to their perhaps fellow teachers, to their fellow friends, to their families. You watch this for you to learn, or so on and so forth. Diba? Word of mouth. Tama ba? That's it. So your content will really matter. Okay? Then, other tips that might work, I cannot say that this will really work because I never tried this, although there are those who there are suggestions when you look it up in your browsers on how you can boost your subscribers or your watch hours count. Then you might do this, the next few items. Although I could not guarantee that this will really work because I haven't experienced this on a personal level. No? Okay. First is join groups. I have noticed there are Facebook groups, there are YouTube communities who belong to the same group who would these pages would promote their own channels. So they would showcase their channels to these pages. I think the one I saw was a Visayas YouTuber something group, no? A community of YouTubers in Visayas. And so chances are they will do number 2, wherein the sub for sub, or in some cases, here in the Philippines, they call it sub to sub, wherein you will make friends with other not subscribers, but other channels or other content creators, and you exchange. I will subscribe on your channel, subscribe on mine. So I think it works for others. It might work. I've never tried this, but this is a good strategy that you exchange conversations with other fellow content creators, and you ask them to subscribe. Okay, that's a good idea, but I never tried. Next is collab, diba? This is, of course, a trend right now. We're in um, content creator features another content creator in his videos. He or she will do pranks or question and answer and everything. And that actually works, especially if the one you collab with has a good number of followers or subscribers, diba? So chances are, though his or her subscribers will also follow you or will subscribe to you. So collaboration is also an important aspect in terms of getting possible audience now. Although again, I have not tried this, but per observation, it actually works. Okay. And lastly, try other social media sites. Of course, TikTok is a trend right now. Snapchat is very famous in other countries, no? Especially outside of Asia. So you have possible target audience and subscribers. In the Philippines, the trend now is Kumu, where you can also do live streams and encourage others to to subscribe to you on your YouTube channel. Wherein in Kumu, by the way, you can also get monetized. You can also earn. And we also have the Laika, the very controversial Laika, because they say it's not safe. I'm not sure because I don't have accounts of this social media platforms that you see. But other YouTubers actually have their accounts, and per observation, again, I think it really works, especially if you tell your audience there or your friends there to subscribe to you on your YouTube channel. Okay? And so that ends my presentation for tonight, for my live stream. And I thank you for being with me in this live stream. Actually, we have a message from Sir Brian. By the way, thank you very much for the tip you provided in Google Certified Educator exam. I recently passed. Yay! So I shared. I was able to share to you what I knew in one of my videos. So congrats, Sir Brian, and you deserve it. Okay? So that's it, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to my live stream. And I hope you still continue to subscribe to me. So by the way, in the future, I'm planning to create or to do a webinar on OBS, no? So if you can see or if you could notice how I do my my live stream, it is kind of creative. So sooner I will be sharing to you if you also are planning to do a live stream on YouTube. I will I might do the next live stream or the next webinar on how you do live stream using OBS. So OBS is a software. So maybe we can see each other one of these days again. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for listening and being with me for the last 1 hour and 30 minutes. Goodbye, and please be